Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Craft Shack. We're going to do something different today. Let me excuse my back. I just want to get you guys up on my computer so I can see the comments, because we're going to be doing something different today. We're going to be working on this little wreath stand here, and we are going to make a grapevine wreath, but I find it might be a little easier to do it this way than me sitting down and doing it over there. Okay, so let's find me on the computer here. There I am. How you doing? Welcome to the Craft Shack. So let's get my voice off of here. Okay. Okay, so we'll wait about a minute, a little bit of time here, so everybody gets on. And then we're going to start our Cardinal wreath, okay? Hi Tammy, how are ya? How you doing? I'm going to go ahead and swipe my comments from here, but I'll be able to see them over here. Okay, give it another couple seconds and then we'll go ahead and we'll start. Okay guys, so I have a bunch of different greenery here because we're not going to use all the same greenery. I'm just going to kind of mix and match it. So we have some of this pine, and then I have some of this glitter pine. It's just going to add a little shimmer to it, like it's got ice on it. And then we have this kind of pine. And then we have some more flocked, but it's a different style of pine. If you can, maybe it's too close. There you go. Okay, and then I have some berries too. And let's see what else. So I have this one here too. We have this one here. Okay. And we got some cardinals. And then we're also going to be making a wreath, and we got some berries. All right. So I have had my glue pot on for about an hour, and it's not quite ready yet. So we're just going to go ahead and start. I got my glue gun. It's getting hot. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of figure out how we're going to lay this out. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen the one that's here. Let me see if you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on it. You see the one that's on the back of the room there. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit different than that one. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Not too far. How's that? You guys see good? Okay, and then I did another one, a special order one. So, hi Leslie, how are you? Let me just catch up here on the comments, guys. Oh, so I'm glad to see you're out of jail there, Tammy. Okay, so I did also have another one here that I did, guys. It was a special order. Let me grab it here because it's hanging on my door. So here's another cardinal one that I did, but this one was a special order. Can you guys see that okay? But I just finished this one up. It was a special. So she's supposed to come get it this week, but she ended up getting sick. So I told her, no hurry. It's there safe. It's hanging up. It's all for her. So let me hang this one back up. Okay. Okay, doke. All right, guys. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Leslie. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and let's get started, all right? I'll try to keep up with the comments the best that I can, because I'm not used to looking that way at the comments. So every once in a while, I'll stop here and we'll catch up with the comments, okay? If you guys are interested in any of my stuff, let me pin it here, okay? Again, excuse my back. I keep hitting the cap lock button. Okay, to find my recent things, you can get them at Etsy. Okay, and I also do, I've started a website also that I've started to carry some pics and stuff, and maybe after we make the wreath I can show you some of the stuff that I've started with on the site. There's not a whole lot yet, but it's slowly growing. Okay, so as long as you guys can see me, we're going to go ahead and start making. Alright, so I'm going to cut these picks apart. So I'm going to cut this one here. Okay, so what I usually do is I bend it a little bit, and then I kind of figure out where I want to put it, to slide it in there, and then you kind of just want to bend it down. Okay, guys? So then see how it kind of cups and curves around the actual wreath itself. So then I'm going to take it back out and I'm going to glue it in. Okay, and like I said, you just kind of find
Rachel stole butter.
Huh?
Rachel stole butter.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
I know. He needs CV Joyce in the text so bad you should hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure this don't fall off. All right, so we're gonna put that one there. So then on the other pick that I have, that is the same exact pick. I'm going to cut off the same exact thing as what I did there, okay? Alright, and then we're going to slide it this way, and they're going to kind of intersect a little bit, like so. So then how it, timber! I need a better restand. I think I'm going to have to get myself one of the other wreath stands because these are so flopsy. Okay, here we go. Timber, timber. Alrighty. I'm used to the dog knocking them over, not me. Alright, so let's pick this back up. So now I'm going to make that more the center area, okay? And I'm just going to kind of bend this around the way I want it. Okay, let's see what I'm missing so I don't think you guys are I'm not ignoring you. Hi, Kathy. Okay, guys, if you share, if we get to 50 people today, I will give something away. I do have my pine cone wreath kits. I still have a few of those left. If you guys are interested in seeing what those look like, and that would be your prize. Okay. All right. So we'll get this to dry. So the best thing to know is when you're working with the grapevines, and especially with picks and flowers and stuff, you want to kind of get them in there You want to make sure that they're glued in and they touch many areas, because then they stay in better. I kind of tend to over glue a little bit, but I'd rather have too much glue than not enough. Hi Linda, how are you? Thank you, Linda. Okay, guys. So who else is buckling down for this big old snowstorm besides us? Anybody else? Because we got a big one coming. Okay, so I'm going to take this from that arrangement. And where's my other one? There we go. Okay. Okay, so then when I see, just put that one in there, and I'm going to put this one from this pick in too. We're going to do these little fluffy guys now. I'm doing good, Sally. How are you? You got rain all week, Loyana. Okay. Well, we got a big snowstorm coming. We're looking at 11 to 15 inches on Saturday. That's just insane. We haven't had that much snow in a good long time. Kids are all excited because they're hoping they won't have school on Monday. But they're talking we're supposed to have another storm on Tuesday. So I guess, we got to suck it up, because we've actually been very fortunate so far. Right? I know, Sally. I don't want it either. Oh, you want... Okay, Tammy. We can send you some snow if you really want. I can try. Not real sure how good I'd be at it, but I can try. So, guys, I have been thinking of another wreath kit to do, but I kind of want everybody's input on what they would like, because I don't want to order a whole lot and then, nobody be interested in it or anything. But I've come up with a couple different ones because, everybody does the same ones all the time. Everybody has the same signs all the time. Everything like that. So I've been kind of looking for different ones to do. And I've had a couple different ideas. I do have another idea for a cardinal wreath other than with the greenery. I also have one that I did with the mesh. I also have one that I did that way. It kind of got mushed, but I do have it out because I was going to fluff it and fix it. And then my other idea was frogs. You don't see anything with frogs. And I just think, some of them frogs out there are just so darn cute. And I also thought about doing a truck one for summer. So I really don't know. All kinds of different ideas, I guess. Okay, I'm just waiting for this to stay there. I think I'm going to have to bring my computer closer unless my glasses work. No. My glasses aren't working. I know, Loyetta, I heard California's getting it really bad. I mean, they need the rain, because it's so dry and everything, and it helps with the fires and stuff, but, jeez, now they get it, that if they go from one extreme to the next, I feel horrible for them. Okay. Alright, so let's go to our next set here. So what I want to do is kind of get my main base in there. heater hasn't decided whether it wants to shut off or keep going here. Keeps making all kinds of noise. I am going to be using these pine cones. Okay, so we're going to put another one of these probably in here. So I'm just going to set it right here for right now. And find another one. Okay. So I was thinking of words. You know how, the song Love Shack? Well, of course, I call this the Craft Shack. You like the truck? Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of the same old signs. Everybody does the same signs. Now, I did find a nice sign maker, but I talked to her, and she's just so overwhelmed because she's the only one that does it. So she really doesn't want me to say who she is yet until she gets some more help. So I have to kind of respect that, but she does a great job. So she makes all kinds of different signs, and she's local to my area. And we're gonna timber again. Look out, timber! So anyway, I was gonna contact her to see if she'd be willing to make me signs for my wreath kits. And see what she thought about that. And you guys will have to excuse a little bit of the way that I'm talking. I have an ulcer on the side of my tongue, and it rubs right where my teeth are. And it hurts. Okay, the nice thing about these is they do not have to be asymmetrical because, you go outside and you look at a tree. A tree is not asymmetrical unless you're out there cutting it that way. It's not going to grow perfectly the same on both sides. So that's one nice thing I like about the greenery. So I added these ones in, and I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue those because they're pretty good. A lot of this is just kind of looking at it and, playing with it and put it where you like it. And okay, push that in there. Okay. I made sure the dogs were upstairs this time. Hopefully nobody lets them down. That we get, a doggy invasion. The one good thing is Carl can't knock my stand down because it's up on the table, but I'm doing a pretty good job myself knocking it down. So we really don't need the dogs to do it, right? I'm doing a pretty good job myself. Did you see me burn my finger, Sally? Oh, you want a galvanized truck? Oh, yeah, I guess it does, Leslie. It does look a little bit like angel wings, huh? Well, they say that's what the Cardinals are a sign of. Your loved ones. So that's a good thing, right? Okay, so anyway, I was talking about the Craft Shack. I keep getting my my thoughts changed so fast. So I was thinking of words for the song for the Craft Shack, since that's what I call this place. So my husband was sitting there laughing at me because I was making up words. So as soon as I get all the words to the, that pertain to Craft Shack instead of Love Shack, I'll have to let you guys check it out. Okay. Now I have this one branch right here. I'm gonna cut it. Maybe, wait. I might end up putting it kind of going across. I might need this because I might put it in the center and put a bird in the center. So I'm going to hold on to that for now. I changed it in my mind. Okay. So now I'm going to cut another flocked pick. See, ladies, there's a nice thing about having a husband and a son that are electricians, because I steal their stuff. Because my husband was saying he couldn't find his side cutters the other day. I sat there and I was really, really quiet. And he's like, I know I had a pair here and I know I had a pair there. And I said, yeah, and I got a pair in my craft room. And he just looked at me. I'm like, oops. But these are the ones where he got shocked, and there's like a divot now in the blade because he stuck in an electrical outlet that was live and got shocked. Hi, buddy. Okay. So as you see, there's no rhyme nor reason. You just kind of put things, you look at it and say, okay, was this good here? And I just kind of put it in there. Use some more here. More of these cut. Okay. I have a crumb snatcher over here still in my tea. If you guys want to know what a crumb snatcher is, his name's Dylan. And he's still in my tea. Now he's running out of the room. That's my nicknames for them, crumb snatchers and vultures. Okay, so I'm just going to put a few more of these down at the bottom, and then we're going to start incorporating some of the other ones that aren't flocked. These ones. These ones are a little prickly. They do remind me of a true evergreen branch because they are a little prickly. So let's cut these ones. All right, so I got all these ones cut. So I think I'm going to put one in there. Wish my glue pot would have gotten hotter faster. some of these up here. Let me see if my glue pot's enough yet that I can at least get some off of it. A little bit. A little bit. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of putting these in. There's no rhyme or reason onto where I put them or why I'm putting them there. But, thanks, Sally. Sally, my greens came flocked. That's the way I bought them. They all kind of came the way that they are. I kind of try to hit the easy button as often as I can. Okay, so we're just going to keep going here. Put this one in down here, guys. Excuse my head for a minute. Yep, glue strings. Okay, let's cut up a few more because I'm running out. So guys, so what do you think? Do we want to do for something different, a new different kind of kit? What do you guys want to do? Did you like any of the ideas that I mentioned? Like a frog or the summer truck. And I think it has like sand in the back of it and an umbrella. What else was I thinking about?
125.
For what?
They're mailing your check from Cardinal.
On the 25th.
Yeah, look, paydate's 125.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I'm trying to think for a Cardinal one. Let me show you the Cardinal one that I did that's made out of mesh. And see if you guys like it. It needs fluffed up because it was, the kids kind of, let me see if I can put it up against this. Can you see it at all from the light? I know the light's a little wackadoodle there. See? I don't know how well you can see it. But something along the lines of that. Like I said, it needs fluffed. You know, when you ask kids to put things away, they technically don't put them away as nice as we would. Frogs, your truck? Okay, cool. Okay, now my next question is, would you guys like to do it as a group and everybody get a kit? then that way I would kind of know how many to order. Hi, Eric. Thanks. Okay, so I don't only do like the very front of the wreath. I come along the sides a little bit, just so there's, you know, it's not like a flat dimension. It comes out a little bit more. Somebody's messaging me, and all I see is a bunny butt. Yeah, I got to chase our puppy this morning through all the... There's like a little town that borders all my acreage, and he decided to go over there. So, and then I carried him back, because I didn't feel like, you know, bending over and dragging him. And I have cold air-induced asthma, so I was having a heck of a time this morning, and then it was like it just totally wiped me out. By the time I got back in the house and I couldn't breathe, you know, because I had an asthma attack, and by the time I got that all situated in my medicine and all that, I was like exhausted. Totally exhausted. So he's kind of been punished. He hasn't been able to hang out with me in the craft shack today. They can't wait to come down here and hang out. But they get into stuff they're not supposed to get into, so. Boy, this glue is really, really tacky here. It's crazy. Really sticky and stringy. Yes, I'm going to put a bow. Yes, absolutely. The bow's going to go up here. I also have berries to go into it, like ice berries. I have some of these to go into it also. Yep, there's going to be a bow. It's going to be up here. Okay, let's put a couple of these ones in there. Yeah, the nice thing about this is the grapevine's your friend, because that's an easier way to attach everything. I like it when the grapevine's my friend. Especially when you're using picks. Now once I put the bow in, I will put more greenery up in the top, but I want to put the bow in first before I do that. Yeah, it does, Sally. It does knock the stuff right out of you. Sucked my energy right away. How about one over here? You definitely want it to have that three-dimensional look. You want, everything to kind of pop out and stick out. But yet in the same token, you need it to cover the grapevine. So I think I'm going to put another one of these ones up in here and put one over here on the other side too. I'm going to put another one in, kind of going this way. I was teasing my husband earlier. He didn't know if, he's like, I don't know if everybody just needs me around here, if they love me, and I just don't know. He was, being a little turd. So I looked at him and I said, nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. He just looked at me and he started laughing. He goes, yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I said, well, he goes, but I don't want to go eat worms. I said, all right, then don't eat the worms. Of course, I had to be, a little jerk and had to tell him that. But at least he's got a good sense of humor. Now he's outside playing because we got a dusting, a coating of snow. So he's outside playing on the quad. Little turd. He's not so little anymore. He's a big boy. Okay, so here we have it. You don't want everything round. You kind of want it all be sticking out. It gives it more fullness, more texture. I might stick another one of these kind of in here. you know, when you're in the woods, everything seems to grow in its own pattern and in its own way. And around, you know, it tries to go around all the other ones also. So they have room to move. Okay, so let me close that so I can see. All right, now I think I might put pine cones here. And put the other set over there. You kind of want to be able to see them. I'm going to put those ones there because that looks good. I might want to lay that pine cone down a little bit. We don't want to have it like Scott's pine cones. Alright guys, this pine cone sticks out a little bit. We don't want this one sticking out straight. Turn him off to the side a little bit because we don't want him looking like something funky. Because that was not our intention whatsoever. Okay. Where my other ones go? Did I drop them? Nope. They stayed in there. That stayed in there. Maybe I should put that one there. Trying not to put my head in the way, guys. I'm sorry if it keeps getting in the way. Okay guys, so who skis? Does anybody ski? Is anybody going to go take advantage of this? Go sled riding, skiing, anything like that? Okay, I'm going to put this over here slightly more than the other one. Because again, you know, when you're growing out in the wild, they're not all exactly the same. I'm hoping my kids go out and do some sled riding or, you know, snowboarding, something, instead of sitting in the house. Somebody's out there playing with something. I hear something rolling around. It's probably one of the cats. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of wipe this. Well, first I'm going to do this. Let me put the berries on. And then we'll move this stuff and wipe it down and make our bow. So I'm putting a little bit of, just a few berries in there just to add some color. Okay. What did you say, Carolyn? I see, Tammy, you're just going to have to come up here. Yeah, Carolyn, I saw your video with your granddaughter. I could tell both of you really had a lot of fun. Now, my old driveway, it is labeled by all the locals as the driveway from hell. It comes down straight, and then it curves like a real sharp curve. And as that curve is going in, it's still going downhill. And then you go straight, and then you got another sharp curve, and you're just going all downhill the whole entire time. And yeah, they call it the driveway from hell. And even in the summer, they'd still call it the driveway from hell. Because when we would get heavy rains, it would wash the driveway out. So then there was huge ruts. So if you had a car, you had a rough time getting in and out. Yeah, you gotta live young too, except when, you know, your body feels old and it screams at you for trying to live young. Because I know I do stupid things. I can't say stupid things, let's say fun things that I used to do when I was younger, and then, boy, I really regret it the next day. Now, I do like taking my kids bike riding in the summer. There's it's called the Heritage Trail out by where I live. It's an old, you know, it's like old train track that they turned into like a bike trail, exercise, you know, walking trail, thing like that. So, I was taking my kids pretty much almost every single day there, except for last summer. We really didn't go because I couldn't fit everybody's bicycles in the back of my SUV. And my son's truck was broke, and he was driving my husband's truck to work. So we really didn't have any way of going. And then my youngest is like, let's just ride our bikes down. I said, yeah, and then we got to ride them back. I said, you might as well call me an ambulance for that one. Okay. So, got that all pulled apart. We pack a picnic lunch, and we have a picnic lunch, and we have a nice time. Like, it's 1 mile into the trail, we stop and we have our picnic. And then there's, you know, there's just different things that we do at the different mile markers. There's like a bridge over top of a real nice creek, and I let the kids go down and hang out on the broken trees that, you know, fall down across the creek. I have pictures of them walking across it. I take a lot of the neighborhood, you know, some of the other kids, if I have the truck, I can take them too. Or I have their parents meet me down there with their, you know, bikes and them. And then I take us all bike riding for the day. We enjoy it. Told the kids we're definitely going to have to do that again this year. So, okay guys, so what do you think of the berries? Just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of color. And then we do have the cardinals also, that'll give it some color, but it helps draw the cardinals out. But we're going to put the bow in first before I put the cardinals in. So I am just going to move some of this stuff over so I can sweep this off. going to set this right down here for now until I get this all cleaned off and we'll make our bow, and then I'll bring it back up. I have a little broom, but I can't find it, so I'm just using a paintbrush. They come in handy. Hey, Michelle. How's it going? Can't believe how much glitter's on that stuff. Tell you right now, my son, if he saw this glitter, he'd be having a fit. He hates glitter. Okay, now I got most of it off. Let's just shake it off. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I think you should be able to see me. I'm just going to angle it down a little bit, guys, so you can see my table. And maybe zoom in a smidge. I don't know if I can. Guess it's not going to let me zoom. So, hopefully you guys will be able to watch from there. Oops, I dropped some more berries. Okay, let's come to our glitter area. Let's see what I've missed. Michelle, my uncle's doing really good. He's doing really good. He's getting his, how can I put it? He's full of piss and vinegar again. I popped in on him the other night. We were on our way home from my husband's aunt died. So we were on our way home from the funeral home, and it was over by where my uncle lives. So the kids and I stopped and surprised him. Yeah, I gotta go grocery shopping tomorrow just because I'm out of things. You know, not so much because of the storm. I had planned on going tomorrow anyway. So I was gonna go today, but I always keep like extra eggs in my freezer or my refrigerator downstairs, and I always have like a egg carton that's like holds 18 eggs. So we just take that downstairs and we fill it up whenever we run out of eggs. So I got by that big packet of eggs. I think it has like 48 eggs or something in it from Walmart. It's a big box. And that way I don't have to worry about eggs all the time. So anyway, I went downstairs to fill that up. And I put all the, filled up the little styrofoam thing and was squatted down, and I put myself forward to stand up a little bit. And yeah, smacked the top of my head right off that refrigerator, like right off the dials, that you do the temperature and stuff on. Smacked my head off that part of the refrigerator. Ooh. It rang my bell because I got a headache from it and everything else, and I thought, I'm just not dealing with that now. Not that I have that headache. So I'm making a terry bow for the top. Oh, the bow thing's called a pro bow, Carolyn. I have my pegs set on row D as in dog. just, like I said, I'm going to make a terry bow. Because you can do a lot of things with a terry bow. Yes, Michelle, pro bow by the hand. I'm only using 2 wires because you use one to hold it and one as a guide wire. This one, the second wire, we call it our helping hand. It helps hold everything in while you're working with it. Okay, so our next one will be, let's do this cardinal. Am I not talking loud enough maybe? Because maybe I'm far away from my camera. Is that better if I talk louder, Sally? That's a good one, Michelle. Sally, if I talk louder, can you hear me? Let me know. When it gives me a thumbs up or a heart, so I know. Is anybody else having trouble hearing me? Let's see if it's me. See if it's me or you, Sally. We'll get it figured out here. Anybody else having trouble hearing me? Let me check my volume on my phone, Sally. Give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, now how about now? Can you hear me better? Oh. I know, what a beautiful picture, wasn't it? Love my face in the camera. I turned the volume up. That could be what was wrong. Oh, I just dropped a rod, so we'll just steal one from another spot. Okay. How about now, Sally? Can you hear me? Is it good? Can you hear me now? As they say for, what is it, Verizon. Can you hear me now? Okay, guys, so I picked row D here on my Pro bow because it's a nice size bow, but it's not huge and it's not overbearing for the size of the wreath itself. C to me would have just been a little bit too small, so that's why I went with the D. Okay, awesome, Sally. I'm glad that's better. Okay. So the ribbon I'm using a plain white just because of the flocking. Okay, and then, you know, there's white, the snow, and with the ribbon itself. And it helps pull it out a little bit. And then I have a Cardinal one that has a little bit of snow on it, not a whole lot. And then I have a black, red, and white pattern. And now this one I'm using, it has berries on it. Okay, so it kind of matches the berries going on there. Oh, you're very welcome, Sally. Again, guys, if you don't know, if I start talking a little funny, it's because I have an ulcer on my tongue. And it rubs up against my teeth sometimes when I talk. So it'll make me talk funny. Sorry if that happens. I know my kids keep laughing at me, and then I got to remind them of the ulcer. And then they're like, oh yeah, that's right. So... doesn't hurt as bad today as it has all week, so I'm hoping it's about ready to go away. I wish I could just, told my girlfriend the other day, I wish I could just bite it off and get rid of it. Okay, two more ribbons. Alright, so the next one I'm going to use is the black one here. Yeah, I ate something the other day, and it was kind of salty, and it burned it a little bit, so hopefully it dried it out. Put toothpaste on it. Well, you'd think it would help when I brushed my teeth. It's just in that awkward spot. It's like in the side bottom. Very awkward spot. Very painful. I'll have to try those other two remedies, putting the direct salt and the toothpaste directly on it. Because I'm to the point where I'm going to stick Orajel on my tongue. Just to numb it up so I can talk and not hurt. But yeah, that's an odd spot. I've never had an ulcer there before. I've had them on the tip of my tongue. I've never had them on the side. Okay, we've got one more cardinal to go. Okay, be careful. Alright, so let's put this last cardinal on here. Going to be one full bow. Okay. Okay, I'll get this moved off to the side so it's not in our way when we bring the wreath back up. Sea salt is good. How about that Himalayan salt? I got that. That's a little more... Oh no, I hope you're not frozen. My phone's still saying I'm live. Sally, maybe go out and go back in. Slide this down here for now. Let's get rid of that stuff. surprised my old kitty isn't in here. I finally broke down and brought the heater into my craft room because it's starting to get chilly. So the cat's been laying on the chair and enjoying it. He's my old kitty. He's been enjoying it. I'm surprised he's not in here. Usually I end up having to share my chair with him. Okay. Alright, at least this time I didn't lose my fluff box. Couldn't find my fluff box last time. I got it this time. I've been working on cleaning my room out again. Okay. So let's get this thing going here. What did you all have good for dinner tonight? Okay. Yeah, so my husband got this canoe a while back for free, right? Guy says, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. So they take it down to the pond. Ooh, steak sandwiches, that sounds good. Cake. Well, yeah, now what kind of cake did you have for dinner? So anyway, my husband goes and they take it down to our pond, and lo and behold, it's got a hole in it. So it's been sitting in my yard. So last year when we got snow, my kids took it and drug it all the way up our old driveway, the driveway from hell, you know, the one that's all downhill and windy. They took it and they drug it all the way up there. They sat in it and rode it down the driveway. So they sled rode, crack cake. So they sled rode the whole way down our old driveway in a canoe. In a canoe. Needless to say, I wasn't very happy when I caught them doing it. Because my favorite saying to them is, I do not feel like going to the emergency room tonight, right? So now they're already talking about going down again in the canoe, but they fixed the hole in the canoe, so why would you do that? You know, because you use it in the pond. Sounds like fun. You know what? It probably was. But, you know, in a mom's standpoint of view, you know it's going to be an ER trip, especially with my kids. They're very clumsy. They're like their mother. They do not have any part of the name of Grace in their name because we have none. So, anyway, yeah, they had fun. They had fun. So anyway, they were trying to pull it. It's down at the pond, docked by the pond. Well, here the back end of it was still in the pond, and it froze, so they can't use it now to sled ride. So Tommy calls me last night and says, "Hey Mom, tell Dad to go to Dick's." And I'm like, "For what? Your dad's not going to come out to Dick's Sporting Goods now." Yeah, they do keep me stepping. And I said, "What do you want at Dick's?" He says, "Mom, they got kayaks for $50. He says, "I'll spend $50 on a kayak and we'll take it and sled ride down the driveway with it." I said, "Oh dear God." I said, "Don't do that." I said, "That's wasting a lot of money." He goes, "Why? It's $50. I said, "Kid, if that's..." Thank you, Sally. I said, "If that's what you think of $50, I said, "Well, dang, I want some of your money." And he just started laughing. But my husband's like, "I ain't driving out there." He's like, "Is he serious?" I said, "Yeah, he wants a kayak." So, these kids today. Now, we were kids. My grandfather had tractor trailer truck. You know, the big rigs. And he would give us the old inner tubes. And we would go down the neighbors. He had this, I'm going to come around to the back of it, guys, so I can tie it. He had this hill. It was a nice big straight down hill, and alongside the hill were pine trees. So we would just ride down the hill. Well, I was always the smallest one, so I got to ride on the, you know, the top of it, because we all would just stack on it. So I would ride on the top. Man, I'd see them pine trees coming, because you know you can't steer an inner tube, right? I saw them pine trees coming. Man, I dove off that thing. And I'd tuck and roll, and everybody else would get scratched up by the pine cones, and I was good to go. That was always the benefit of being the smallest of the group in the neighborhood. Wasn't the youngest, just the smallest. Okay, guys, so here's my bow. Timber! I'm definitely going to have to get myself one of them stands from... What's her face? I can't remember now. I think it's Linda Hobby. The Southern Flair. I think I'm going to have to get one of her stands. So here's the bow, guys. So now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to incorporate just a little bit of the greenery within the bow. Here, let me move you up a little bit. Now we're not in good light. Let me see if I can not get such a glimmer on it, but I guess I'm not going to be able to. Try there. Is that better, guys? Maybe if I move you back, you'll get a better view. So without so much of the glare. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. My husband's supposed to get me new lights. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm just going to kind of spread this out a little bit more. Okay, so I am going to put a little bit of the greenery. See, told you. There you go. There goes the ulcer. Giving me a speech impediment here. All right, so I am going to put a little bit of the greenery, the pine, maybe a little bit back here, just so you can see it. Okay? So let's do that. And then we'll put the cardinals in. Slide the glue gun over. Just in case my glue pot's not going to cooperate. All right. And then we used to take those inner tubes from the trucks, and we would either go to lakes or ponds, and we would you know, ride them, float in them, take them to the swimming pools, float in them in the pools. And then, of course, you get, you know, a couple people on them, and you'd rock it and make all kinds of waves in the pool. Shoot, who else remembers sled riding on their garbage can lids? Do you guys remember doing that? On your metal garbage can lids? Sled riding on those? Anybody else ever do that? Heck, we used to connect our toboggans to a back of a bicycle by rope, and then somebody would pedal us and pull us down the road. On our big toboggans. You were going fast. We had fun. I remember my brother had one of those, what are they called? Radio flyer sleds. You know, the sleds that are with the runners on them, the metal runners. My brother was riding one of those, and it slid out from underneath his butt, went down the hill and right into the neighbor's dining room, right through their sliding glass door and into their dining room. We thought for sure she was going to be really, really mad at us, but she was okay with it because, you know, she was upset that it happened, but she knew it wasn't done purposely, and which was very nice because she could have really raised a fuss about that, but they didn't. Okay, so I'm just sticking a little bit of the greenery in the back. Ouch. Just so you can see a little bit of it. I know you all have heard of the saying, what was it, over the hill and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. That is exactly what we did, because my grandparents lived up, if we went up the power line, because we used to live by high tension power lines. You went up the power line, and then you got to the top of the power line, and my grandpap had a trail cut that went straight to his house. So for a long time, that was the only way that, you know, we were allowed to go up there, because we weren't old enough to go on the road yet. So we were up there and we built tree houses and everything else. So a few years back, I took my kids up that way, but I went from, because my parents sold their house, so I went the other way, and oh my goodness, the trees that blew over and everything was just, and the size of them, they kind of like reminded me of those huge redwoods in California. Gorgeous, big, huge trees. I'm just going to cut these a little bit, the ones in the back, just so we can see some of the greenery. Poke up over it a little bit. we were kids, we were always in the woods doing something. We used to swing on grapevines. Oh, we had so much fun doing that. So, of course, I showed my kids how to do that. And I remember my mom and dad used to have this huge garden every year. And in the garden, of course, you know, it was corn on the cob and tomatoes and all that other stuff. Well, my dad had cooked a bunch of corn and all of his kids were up swinging on grapevines in the woods. So they called us down to come eat, and we went down and we ate all this corn on the cob. So we all were heading back up to the grapevine swing to go, you know, swing some more. And we all, I don't know if you guys know what water weed is, but we would take the water weed and break it off and wash the butter off of our hands with the water weed. Well, our one friend just wasn't giving up his corn very easily. He was taking it clear to the end. So, and then he's, you know, saying, I'm the first, I'm the first, I'm the first. So he got back on the swing first. And his hands were still buttery. And he slid the whole way down the grapevine and hit the ground. We thought he was dead because he wouldn't make any noises at all. We were all so scared. But he finally spoke. He said, and I quote his words, "Am I dead?" And we are like, oh, we thought you were for sure. But he made it. He scared the bejeebas out of us. So he knew then to clean his hands off before he got up there after eating corn. You know, we're all like, dude, why do you think that we, you know, did this? And he liked his corn. I always felt bad for him because if anything was going to happen, it was always him that it happened to. Another time we were all standing in my parents' yard, and the next thing you see this thing go flop, and it landed on his shoulder, and he goes, "Ew, what is that?" My mom's like, dude, I think a bird just pooped on your arm. I think you need to go home and get it cleaned up. He was so upset. Hey guys, what do you think so far? Thank you, Linda. Going to be adding the cardinals here very shortly. I just want to add a little more berries to it. Okay, so I want to know, what is crack cake? Thank you, Sally. Yeah, Sally, I did have a great childhood. We lived in a small neighborhood, but we had a lot of woods and farms around us, and we enjoyed that. That's why whenever my husband and I got married, we wanted to move somewhere that, you know, our kids could enjoy the country and not be stuck in the city. You know, they whined about it at first, but now they appreciate it, so, which is a good thing. See if I can get this cut. Ooh. I better for these industrial wire cutters I stole from my husband. So we had this one neighbor. He was kind of crazy. But our parents kind of blamed it on him being in the war. But he was a little crazy. So every once in a while, and I know this is mean, we didn't think it was mean at the time. We were kids. We kind of thought it was funny. But every once in a while when he would get really mean with us for, you know, just being kids playing in the stuff, we would wait till about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and scream air raid. And he would come running out with his guns a-blazing, and we'd all be hiding in the woods giggling. Oh, thanks, Sally. You have a good evening. Enjoy them grandbabies. Okay, so now I put this branch in there just to, so we can put a cardinal on it. So let's put the cardinal on the branch. I'm going to glue him a little bit too, just so he stays, because as you can see, he'll kind of flop around on the branch. So I'm going to stick some glue right underneath his feet. Guy's got snow on him. There's a snowy bird. How about we put one over here on this branch, or maybe here on the pine cone. Yeah, we'll put him on the pine cone, just so he has a little more to hold on to. Said I'm going to put some glue underneath him just to kind of make sure he stays in place, because right now he's only attached by a little wire and he'll slide all over the place there. Okay, and we'll put one more in. I think we will put this one up here, maybe. Yeah, we'll put that one up there. guys? What do you think? It's all done. Hey Trish. So what do you guys think? She's all done. Well, like I said, if you want to use other greenery, you can, but it's like really hard to find like regular tree branch looking things. Well, I guess not so much just the branches, but like the regular green leaves, and I just really like the cardinals and the pine settings. For some reason, it's just kind of reminds me more of the cardinals and the pine. I think I might put a little more red up top, like right here. It just seems like it's missing something there. Thank you, Trish. How's that new grandbaby? Guys, if you'd like to know when I am going live, you can type in the word alert. And I believe my bot, which I haven't named her yet, or him, I don't know yet what to name it. Anyway, my bot should give you some instructions. If it does not work, you can go onto my page, Barb's Country Creations, and there's a post with a megaphone on it, and right there you can comment the word alert, and it'll take you to my bot, and my bot will talk to you, and I believe you do the other next word alert again, and then you'll be able to get alerts whenever I am going live. Okay, so I know my light's a little bright. Like I said, my he works in the electrical industry, so he's trying to find me some lights that I won't get so much glare from. How about that? Not so much glare as it was before. Bring it back a little bit more. There we go. That might help it some. There you go, guys. So we'll kind of angle on that and give me a little angle. So guys, some of the new stuff I'm going to be listing on my my webpage, which is barbscountrycreations.com. Let me show you some of the new stuff I just got in that I'm going to be putting on there. So I have, let me come up this way towards you. I have these pretty pink berry picks. And then I have these ones. They say they're red, but boy, they really look like the pink ones to me. Here, I'll show it to you. They say these are red, but I guess in a different light they do look different back there than what they do here. So they say these are red, but they kind of look more like a coral to me. See? And that's the pink, and then this is the red. But like I said, they kind of look more like a coral to me. So I have those two. I guess when you lay them down there, they look a little bit different. Let me just get the last three here. I thought these would be great for Easter. You can add them to your Easter wreaths or inside your centerpieces. Okay, so here's the yellow ones. I don't know if you can see it. Let me bring this up a little better. Maybe we'll get better light. So here's the yellow ones. Okay. Here are 4th of July, or patriotic. There's those ones. And then here's violet or purple. But I thought these would go great for Easter or spring or even in your summer arrangements. They would look really pretty. So these will be getting loaded up onto my website within the next day or so. And I also will have the 18-inch grapevine wreath bases will be going up on there. And 12-inch grapevine wreath bases will be going up on there. I'm trying to think what else. I think I have some heart wire frames that will be going up on there also, and some grapevine wire or grapevine heart wreath bases also will be going up. Like I said, as soon as I hit them all numbered and stuff, they'll be going on. Now you can't see me. All you can see is the wreath. We'll put the wreath over here. There we go. Okay, wait. Let me get around the wreath. Okay, I made it. Oh, he's still in the hospital, Trish. Is the infection getting any better? Thank you, Carolyn. So this cardinal wreath will be going up on my Etsy page. It's pinned there in the comments. Barb's Country Designs at Etsy.com. It'll be going on there here shortly. Once I get some pictures taken of it and get it put up and posted. And then I'm going to be fluffing the mesh one that I showed you guys. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad they got the infection under control. Looks like he's going to do okay then. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, so the mesh one I'm going to fluff up and maybe change it a little bit, and then it'll be going on my Etsy page too. Like I said, kids don't tend to pack things like you tell them to, and then they smush it. So you got to do it yourself. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. That would be great. I have no problem answering any questions. Any questions on the bow or on the wreath itself? Anybody have any questions? Okay, guys, well, everybody stay safe, stay warm. If you're going to go sled riding, be safe, be smart, and don't do like my kids are going to do and do it in a canoe. If they do decide, if they can't get the canoe out of the pond, and they do decide to go down the old driveway in the canoe, in the snow, I will videotape it and I will upload it onto my page. So cross your fingers that the canoe is still frozen in the pond, that they can't get it out to go sled riding in. They're going to have to use normal sleds like normal people. And Mom don't have to make a trip to the emergency room. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.